Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the latest market movements, specifically focusing on the S&P 500 futures and their reaction to potential geopolitical developments. Now, let's break it down. First off, the S&P 500 futures took a slight dip over the weekend, which is pretty interesting given the recent optimism surrounding a potential deal between the US and Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. You see, the Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway for global oil trade, and any disruption there could have massive implications for the market. So, why the sudden shift in sentiment? Well, it seems like the initial enthusiasm might have been a bit premature. Iran recently denied engaging in direct negotiations with the U.S. regarding the Strait of Hormuz, which has investors a bit worried. The market loves a good deal, and the prospect of a Hormuz agreement was a big deal for oil prices and market sentiment. But now, with that deal seemingly off the table, we're seeing a slight pullback in S&P 500 futures. Speaking of oil, WTI crude oil prices rose by 1% to just above $79 a barrel. This is despite the initial optimism, which makes sense given the geopolitical tension. Investors are now more cautious, and the market is reflecting that. It's a classic example of how geopolitical events can quickly shift market dynamics. Now, let's talk about the broader market. The S&P 500 had an incredible week, finishing at an all-time closing record. But here's the catch. This positive momentum is coming off the back of some strong economic data. The July non-farm payrolls report showed an unexpected contraction, which actually boosted stocks. Why? Well, it raised hopes that the Federal Reserve might hold off on raising interest rates, which is a big deal for the market. So, what does this mean for the future? Well, it's all about the balance between economic growth and inflation. Investors are now closely monitoring consumer and producer price index readings to get a better understanding of inflation trends. Any significant inflationary pressures could impact the Fed's decisions, and that's a big deal for the market. In terms of earnings reports, we've got a busy week ahead. Companies like On Holding, Kava Group, Supermicro, and CoreWeave are all set to report. These earnings will give us insights into how these companies are performing and could impact the broader market. It's all about staying informed and understanding how these earnings translate into broader market trends. In conclusion, the market is a complex beast, and these recent developments highlight the interconnectedness of geopolitical events, economic data, and market sentiment. As investors, it's crucial to stay informed and adapt to these shifting dynamics. So what do you think? How do you think these developments will play out in the coming weeks? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content.